quitter parce que le jeu avait crash. Voilà. Masse figée. Donc, où va-t-il me remettre? Ah ben ils me remettent encore au même endroit quoi, c'est abusé. Ah non, par contre les deux que j'ai tués ils me les remettent pas. Alors franchement ça c'est excellent, c'est bien. Vous avez compris mon mécontentement, hein, c'est ça? Ah ouais mais... Attendez, faut pas abuser quoi. Non mais... Franchement les mecs je les tiens au combat et... L'autre il me donne un coup d'épaule, il me tue quoi. Je veux dire je vais dans la zone là, je suis niveau 9. C'est guère améliorer mes attaques en plus. Non mais on oublie qu'on n'a aucune chance en France hein, de toute façon. Ah, ma fille, bébé. Allez, on rattaque. Toujours rien rattrape. Ah, ils m'ont remis les deux du coup là. Ils sont vénères. Des 21 plus que c'est ça, on remet les deux. Non mais... Alors tout à l'heure je les gère. Ils ont rien compris. Putain. pas loin de... Ah mais c'est pas envie. Franchement, petit joueur le mec quoi. Saoulé celui-là. Oh, pire que des morpions hein, quand ils s'accrochent. Le problème c'est qu'ils sont trois, ils vont encore m'ouvrir en deux. Ça va où là? Non mais lui. Si je vais là. Oh, ce qu'il m'a mis. Mais sérieux le mec. Ouais, j'ai pas mis de sort de zone.
I have this first blood.
Non mais... C'est abusé quoi. Ma fille. Regarde la télé. Attends. Je te fais pas un œil. Ah, et puis il me fait reprendre là quoi. Le problème c'est que je passe pas là. Je vais pas. Ah, ils m'ont remis l'autre là. Ouais, ils m'ont remis lui. Allez. Toi, t'es mouru, encore une fois. Ah, il était vide, hein, monsieur. Il est pas rasé depuis des mois en plus. Voilà. Au bout d'un moment là.
It's locked.
Donc, je vais partout.
It's locked, all right.
Fermé. Tout fermé. Hop. C'est tout fermé. C'est fermé. Ah ouais, ben je sais, hein, c'est fermé. Vous allez me le dire. Hein. Je comprends pas. Faudrait que j'aille où? Il faudrait que j'aille là pourtant. Faites voir sur la carte. À gauche. Ici? Ah non. Ah ouais, veuillez ouvrir cette porte, monsieur. Ah ouais. Ah ben. Non, mais c'est une blague. Tu venais tout à l'heure, c'était pas ouvert.
Whitechapel. This
C'était
neighborhood
pas
is
ouvert. Je suis
linked
passé devant. Fallait que je
somehow to
tue
the
un
crime
type.
Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
On va récupérer les objets. Petit item là, une boîte de pilules. C'est les pilules bleues. Il n'y a rien à prendre, ok. remise. Ah. 5 shillings. Là, ils ont vraiment pas besoin de l'argent hein, pour laisser traîner leur pognon un peu partout. Donc. Oh.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of a street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun
Un
aside.
type et il veut quand même causer.
Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor.
Doctor.
And no one can help me. Not even you.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
Sans expérience, migraine. Ah, j'ai pas très tôt. Allez. N'aie pas peur, tu vas rien sentir. Ah. Je crois que non, je vais le relâcher. Je vais le relâcher.
Good evening, Ben. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. It's just a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
C'est pas le... Non, non, non. Parce que de toute façon, il me fait regarder. Il me fera gagner que 300 en qualité du sang. Faut que je le soigne avant.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broken. My son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. And now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
Ah non, je vais le charmer, allez. C'est bon, il m'a appris pas mal de toute façon. Je vais lui donner une vie meilleure. Je vais lui donner une vie meilleure. Je peux pas vivre ainsi. Je peux pas. malheureux, sa femme est partie. Je l'aide à la rejoindre. Désolé mec.
I'm not afraid anymore. I died in this trench a long time ago.
Alors. Alors, bientôt, les conseils.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Ah, je peux pas là. Oh là là, je peux pas la charmer.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Non, laisse tomber, t'as rien.
Its effectiveness
rien qui
has been
m'intéresse.
proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the
Dès que je
Swanborough
peux te
cordial.
croquer, je te croque.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all
Ouais,
your
t'as raison.
problems.
Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Qu'est-ce que t'as, mon petit
Are
frère?
you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Ok, maintenant cassez-vous.
Do you know Nurse
Want to
Dorothy
bar.
Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate
Pas
it.
les gens
Never heard of her.
là.
She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Do you know
No,
Nurse
les
Dorothy
faits.
Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Entre lui à Londres. Toi, de toute façon, je te croque. Hein.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you...
Here, bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Sérieux. Allez. Oh, un peu. T'as un coup. Tiens, un coup, je vais le croquer, tiens. Moi, je fais pas dans la dentelle. Je suis avant tout un vampire. Et je dois aller où pour... Ah. Là-bas. T'inquiète pas, mon petit père. On va trouver un petit coin bien sympa. On va faire une teuf d'enfer. Je te dis, il va y avoir à boire. Pas pour tout le monde, mais au moins pour moi. Regarde. Je t'amène où il y avait ton collègue tout à l'heure. T'inquiète pas, ça va bien se passer. Oublie que t'as aucune chance et fonce. Tu crains rien, va. Allez, le gueuleton approche. Allez, go. Bon appétit. Bon appétit. Quoi de mieux qu'un litre de sang, là?
No,
allez.
Not now. Not me, please. I'll be good.
Un rat parce que j'ai encore faim, non? Non. Je peux pas. Bon. Il peut... Le quartier peut être comme il veut, il est déjà pourri le quartier de toute façon. Il est déjà grave. Plus grave que grave, hein. Franchement. Où dois-je aller? Là-bas? Allez. Ah, j'ai encore un petit creux, hein.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Ah, il faut que j'aille enquêter derrière moi. Ok. Ah. Mais elle est là.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Donc. Ok.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet.
Oui, les
They must
citoyens.
know about Darius.
Oui.
Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Ce que je vais faire, je vais aller au refuge. Que les amis, je vais pas tarder à devoir quitter. Donc. Il est où le refuge déjà? Ouais, il est dans mon dos et ici, peut-être. Ben non. Alors moi et les directions, ça fait 12. Hein.
Give you faith again. Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Bon, écoutez. On va pas retrouver le refuge, donc on va aller faire...
Game you pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other? Welcome, sir. Please take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane
What
gives
does it
away
suppose
medical
then?
supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Ah ouais, d'accord. Morceau de poignée de qualité, du bleu. Ah, je vais acheter du bleu. Voilà, ça pourra servir. Tout le vert. Le vert, on s'en fout un peu. Hein. Allez.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
May I ask, ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Ah ouais, ça se voit que...
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Ok.
Goodbye, Mr.
Allez,
Peters.
ciao. De tous ces points publics, bah ouais. Vous mettez la main devant.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
It's confidential. Speaking as a doctor, I'm sure you understand.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Je viens de le faire, non mais sérieux.
How do you know? He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Ouais, mais...
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work?
Male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Donc il faut que je trouve là où passer la nuit. C'est ici. Je vais mettre un repère.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again. Où es-tu, repère? Où es-tu?
me voilà chez moi. Donc allez, on va mettre les points de talent, sauvegarder, et puis je vais vous quitter là. Si je remets pas le micro, je sais pas si vous allez bien m'entendre. Je disais, on va mettre les points de talent, sauvegarder, et je vais vous souhaiter une bonne soirée. Donc, agressivité, depuis le début, je voulais mettre là. Important. Après, chose de santé, niveau 3. On va prendre un peu moins cher comme ça. Voilà, c'est 1000. Putain, j'ai plus assez. Bon, c'est pas grave. C'est pas grave, je vais... Des dégâts infligés. Ok. Ah 600. 600 autophagie, c'est combien déjà? Votre propre sang pour soigner. Ah 1300, putain c'est pas plus. Non, ils me font pas cadeau d'un... Ah, voile d'ambre. Voile d'ambre j'utilise... Ah non, 1000. Ah waouh. D'accord, ouais, ça c'est bien ça. C'est-à-dire qu'à chaque fois que je mords, ça va me redonner de la life. Bon, ben voilà. Ah non, il faut que je save, que je confirme plutôt. Bon. Ah ouais, il y en a deux qui sont morts. Benjamin Palmer et Train, ouais, ce sont les deux que... Ah ouais, bon, j'avais faim, comprenez. Voilà. Situation sanitaire grave. Allez. Bon, mais les amis, je vous souhaite une bonne soirée. Voilà. Encore un bon week-end. C'est bientôt la fin. Et puis, je vous dis tchuss. À demain. Allez, ciao, ciao. À demain. Profitez bien de votre soirée. Bon appétit. A plus.